The President of the European Commission, José Manuel Barroso, together with Ki-moo, Secretary General of the United Nations, opened the EU Sustainable Energy for All Summit in Brussels. The President applauded the Secretary General for his most relevant Sustainable Energy for All initiative, in which the European Commission is strongly involved.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now clear scientific evidence that we need to embrace new ways of producing energy to avoid damaging global climate. We need to act upon these advances. The EU is therefore ready to help those countries that demonstrate such commitment and to increase its efforts. To that end, I am delighted to announce today the launch of a new Commission initiative, Energizing Development. Firstly, we will create a world-leading EU technical assistance facility, initially in excess of €50 million over the next 2 years, to stand behind and support those countries that opt in to the initiative and commit to the necessary reforms. Africa has been a particular focus for our energy cooperation ever since. We further boosted our work in December 2007, when the EU and Africa decided to create an Africa-EU energy partnership.
In the developing world, they may make the difference between progress and falling behind, or even between life and death.
The good news is that increasing numbers of success stories are emerging, showing the great economic values for energy efficiency and renewable energy.
We support the idea of a flagship EU program based on existing technical and financial instruments, which can be adapted if expanded to suit the needs of the Sustainable Energy for All initiative.
So it's a very interesting conference today, and the main topic is the EU and Africa cooperation and sustainable energy. We have seen what you've done recently. You went to the Cameroon and you made a visit to the President, Paul Biya. Could you explain what you've done there?
The German side was interested in private investment as well as also the Cameroon government, and so we tried to use natural gas from Cameroon to produce fertilizers in Cameroon. That was a German company who was interested in such an investment, and of course I was interested in general development issues on the continent, and so I'm very happy about this initiative by Ki-moo, Sustainable Energy for All. That means, especially for me, for all Africans and in all countries in Africa, in particular in sub-Saharan Africa.
Ghana, one of the first countries to partner with the Sustainable Energy Initiative, has just started developing national plans and programs of action. Many more are seeking to get involved.
This morning, we want to present the story of Ghana and state that even before the Secretary General made his pronouncements, Ghana had recognized that energy is important, and we had already set out on the road to ensure that everybody will have access to electricity and energy services by the year 2020. In the year 1991, we started with ensuring that we extend the reach of electricity to every town within the country. Accessibility to energy, the rate was less than 15%.
This will go a long way toward reaching the 3 objectives I have set for this initiative, all to be achieved by 2030. The first, ensuring universal access to modern energy services by 2030. The second, doubling the global rate of energy efficiency. Third, doubling the share of renewable energy in the global energy mix by 2030. These objectives are ambitious. You may think they are too ambitious, but they are necessary and they are achievable if you demonstrate your political leadership, and if you are wise, and if you are creative in prioritizing your available resources. Let us shape our future. We want. I need your support, your strong leadership, and your contribution. I look forward to working with even more closely with you in this vitally important endeavor. I thank you very much.
So the main focus is on energy technologies. So, and we know that usually that without energy, there is no proper education in Africa. What kind of concrete action are you directing actually?
We're doing everything from running programs across Africa. So, for example, I was recently at some work we're doing in Zimbabwe, where we're delivering small-scale, village-level microhydro that works to actually power schools so that children can get access to decent lighting to study by, but also that the school can attract teachers. Because you find that where there isn't decent access to energy, then clinics can't get doctors or nurses, and schools can't get teachers. And we tend not to think about that, but people don't want to go and work where they can't get the things that they maybe take for granted, like refrigerators, for example. Practical Action has been going for about 45 years, and what we're about is getting technologies into the communities in the developing world. We really work with local communities, and all the technologies we use are appropriate. We look at everything from energy technologies to agricultural technologies, but one of our big focuses at the moment is on energy technologies because we recognise how important it is for development.
We know that Germany is a big country related to the chemicals industry and energy, so you will play a huge responsibility for the objectives we've seen and we've heard today.
Yeah, I hope not only in the case of financing this program, but also in case of knowledge and technology. Germany and the German government decided to come rid of this nuclear energy supply and to use sustainable, renewable energy in Germany. And there's a big change in our energy mixture in Germany. And we can use this knowledge and technology development in Germany. We need it in Germany, but it's also maybe a good opportunity to use this advantage from the Germans for the African countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, energy is one area where there is real global interdependence, where our planet is truly interlinked, and where our actions have an impact on others for better or for worse. Perhaps, I'm not exaggerating, perhaps some of the greatest of this new century, what we can do together in terms of energy efficiency, in terms of climate action. There are some of the greatest opportunities for mankind in the beginning of this century. And in these difficult economic times, new markets will be created, new partnerships forged, our partner countries will avail themselves of new technologies, and in common jobs will be created directly and indirectly. In fact, what we are working on is nothing short of another energy revolution for the developing world, a revolution that will help end energy poverty in Africa in our lifetime, an initiative that I'm sure will give a very important contribution for sustainable development. I thank you very much for your attention.
I believe that you work with us and together create the processes that will enable us to speedily get access to these funds. And we assure you, we will use these funds for the benefit of our people. We will administer these funds in transparency and in honesty to ensure that whenever you came back to audit the use of these funds, you'll be proud that there's a new generation of African leaders who are committed to helping their own people. Let me end with the words of Henry Ford. He says, coming together is the beginning. Staying together is progress, but working together is success. we are ready to work together with all partners and ensure that together we achieve energy for all by the year 2030. Thank you.